Hello adventure riders from around the world. In my channel I usually talk about top this, best that, but in this video I'm gonna tell you about the worst things I have bought thinking that they will be great, but they wasn't. Stay with me. Welcome back guys. Nowadays in the era of internet it is so easy to buy everything you need without even leaving your home. Thanks to the smartphones we can do it anywhere, anytime. Amazon even offers one-click button. It is so easy and practical that we do it all the time and we are actually addicted, and of course this leads us to some not so clever deals. Everybody makes these mistakes and of course I am not an exception. During the years I bought some really nice stuff, but I also bought some useless things. I did it because I was believing that they will be great, but it's turned to be exactly the opposite. Number 1. Motorcycle seat pads. I have tried them out. Soft, hard, gel, even airhoawk. They all works, but not on the way I have expected. The worst of all was the gel pad. When I saw it in the shop and I tried, and it was so nice and comfortable. I sit on it and said, man, this will change everything. I can ride forever with this. And I easily spent 50 euro for it, for just small piece of gel. I don't know exactly what it has inside. And then when I tried it in the real situation, I realized that it somehow concentrates all the pain in one spot and I cannot hold it for more than 30-40 minutes. I don't know why. Maybe something wrong with me. I don't know. But it was fact that without it I can ride 5 times more, 5 times longer. So I remove it and never use it again. Number 2. Bicycle underwear. Exactly like this. Almost every rider will tell you that to have this, it's excellent because it has this paddings here underneath and it will protect you so well and you cannot feel the pain and so on and so on. All of these guys is blah blah blah. Let me explain you why. The touching points on a bicycle and motorcycle seats are absolutely different. When you ride your bicycle, you actually bend your body and pedaling all the time. And the touching points are different and they're changing while you pedaling. But when you ride a motorcycle, you stay still most of the time, straight forward, and actually your weight and your body pressed on the different points. That's why they're absolutely useless. Number 3. Single pole tent. I bought one because it was lighter, cheaper, with better waterproof stats, but I missed the obvious things. Because of the shape of the construction, it has some limitations. First, it cannot be opened on every terrain, because it has a single pole, which means you have to straighten it very well with the ropes and stick it to the ground, but if you have a gravel or sand, you cannot really make it. It's not so easy to open it when you are alone, because of the single pole. You put it on one side and you hold another and it goes this way or this way, so you actually need to use all of your creative ways of thinking. You have to hold one with your leg, another with another leg, hold it with the arm and so on, so on, so on, just to open it. I'm not saying that it's impossible, but it's just tricky. The third one is the triangle shape. Because of that, you have to stay right in the middle of the tent. So actually, I bought a tent for 2 people, but I'm not okay even alone. So every time when I get close to the walls, I actually touching the walls, and when I touch the walls, they touch each other, the outside and inside, and the tent start to link inside. So the space was very limited, and I very fast realized what a mistake I have done. And the fourth, again, because of the shape, because of the single pole, it is not recommended for really windy areas. It's supposed to hold the wind well, but if you are able to open it and straighten it well with the ropes, but when the surface is not good, when you cannot really stick in the ground your poles, it's useless. So guys, after only 2 trips, I sold it and bought another couple tent with 2 poles cross each other and provide better stability and inside room. Yeah, it's a bit heavier and a bit expensive, but it works without any problems in all of the situations I just said. Number 4. 2 points crash bar. I think I told you this story, but I'm gonna tell you again. A couple of years ago, I bought a crash bars with 2 support points for my Yamaha Tenere. Actually, when I saw it in their website, I'm not gonna say the name of the company and the brand, it doesn't matter, but when I saw it, they look so nice. They were not so big and bulky as most of the crash bars, and they used to provide a good protection to the radiator. This is exactly what I need. In the case I drop the bike, it will protect my radiators from the side. So far so good. I bought it, but when I received it, I found out how useless they are. First, they were very thin, and actually the support plates, the plates I have to connect to the motorcycles, were something like 3 or 4 millimeters just steel, and it was so fragile. So actually it was first very difficult to mount it on the bike, and once I did it, I realized that if the bike go down, they will cause more damage than real protection. And in the next couple of months, because it was so difficult to mount it that I don't want to deassemble everything again just to remove it, I left it over there. In the next couple of months while I was riding, I was hoping that I'm not gonna drop the bike, because if I drop the bike, it will damage everything more than it will be damaged without it. So this is just one of the examples. Detailed video about the crash bars you can watch somewhere here. I know that you love your motorcycles, and for many of the models they are absolutely necessary, but not for every bike, not for every case. Number 5, cheap waterproof boots. Again, I have to repeat a story which one I already said, but it's a good example and I really hope that someone will listen. So I bought a pair of nice motorcycle boots, which one supposed to be waterproofed. So again, I'm not gonna say the brand and the model, but it's a very well known company here in Germany. So it has a good reputation. So when I bought it, they were on discount, the price was good, so I said, oh man, this is exactly what I need. And okay, so far so good. I went to ride, but a couple of years ago I was in Azerbaijan, the temperature was over 40 degrees, and actually the whole day I had the feeling that my feet are boiling. So later in the evening, when I removed the boots, because at that time I was already in such a pain, my feet actually were so painful I cannot even walk. So when I removed the boots, what I saw inside was that my feet were so damped and soaked with water. It was exactly the same as you staying in the swimming pool for many hours. And the smell, man, the smell was sensational. Actually, my riding friend Dima, who was chatting in his telephone at that moment, when I removed the boots, he said, man, what happens? What is this? Because I never had a problem with my feet before. So what I realized that the manufacturer, what he actually did, instead of making the boots with some kind of breathable material, he insert a piece of nylon between the leather and the linings. And of course the boots are waterproof, but they're not breathable. So what I did was the simple, just cut the lining and throw it away. But it was just another one of the examples that you have to be very careful what you're buying. You have to test it before you really purchase or before you go on a long trip like me. It is good to watch some reviews and recommendations, but you have to keep in mind that what is good for one could be worse for another. As you know, guys, the truth is always somewhere between. The best way to know what works and what not is to travel as more as possible. Even a simple weekend trip will give you more information than a mouse on the computer. The most famous things are not always the best things. In this window here, you can watch a video about the most useful items I ever had on my motorcycle trips. Have a look, maybe you will like it. As usual, guys, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and see you next time. Ciao.